So the question is this, ladies and gentlemen: what are the odds of an athlete called Christmas making a major league sport? Well, our good friends and the New Brunswick Independent Authors Association, good friends in the channel, I posted something about me doing a podcast and this guy, and at least one member of my group said, "Well, any relation to the guy from Dumb and Dumber because he looks like him." So today we're going to be talking about the Christmas story or the Christmas miracle, Steve Christmas. Now, according to baseballprospectus.com, his story is dangerously close to being a vintage Disney animated film come to life, a product of the algorithm that spits out the scripts for its 42 Hallmark Channel holiday flicks every year. Enough details get changed to make it believable and prove his career started and ended in the real world on Earth Prime. Stephen Randall Christmas was born December 9th. He was born in Orlando, which is about within 30 miles of Christmas, Florida, but is not quite Christmas, Florida. He was rejected repeatedly as an athlete, languished in the minors for longer than most people could take, yet persevered, but you probably never heard of him, and you might still think I am making this guy up, ironically making the tale credible. I saw his first week debut with the Cincinnati Reds against the Montreal Expos 1983, and I couldn't believe there was a Christmas on the field. It was a Christmas miracle because everybody said in the, I think it was Dave Van Horn and Duke Schneider, he was a long shot to make Major League Baseball. He had a rough childhood. His parents divorced when he was 11. Not surprisingly, he would later admit that it was a very hard time in his life. His father was the one who left the home and the one who cultivated Steve's love of watching and playing sports. Steve attended the very prospective Colonial High School in Orlando, where Hirsch Freeman of Red Sox, Red Stockings, and Cubs pitcher of the 50s coached Christmas. Freeman, Christmas said, became like a father to him. Christmas, for a while, believed he could earn a college football scholarship. The ambidextrous high schooler threw for more than 2,000 yards and 26 TDs left-handed for the Colonial Grenadiers. The 6'0" Christmas was told by scouts he was too slow and too short to continue playing. Adding injury to insult to the second shortcoming was the fact he was already giving the nickname Tree. He had more success playing third base and pitching right-handed, hitting left-handed under Freeman. The Twins drafted him in the 33rd round of the 75 draft. The Twins just happened to be Christmas's favorite team growing up. Tinker Field in downtown Orlando was where, of course, the Washington Senators and Twins met up every spring, while Steve was a little Steven. His favorite player was the great Harlem Killebrew. Christmas turned the Twins down. "Do you want me to sign for a $2,500 bonus and $500 a month?" he said. "I wanted more than that." Christmas also didn't much care for a comment a scout made. "Some guy from the Twins told me we don't think he can play in the big leagues." Yeah, he actually said that. Oh boy, do you think the Twins are going to regret that? If this was their movie, they would totally regret that. When Christmas moved to Oklahoma City Southwestern College and Southwestern Oklahoma State University before a 77 tryout with the Reds, it was set up by Freeman. He impressed enough to earn a contract for a non-insulting amount of money. You know there was a new obstacle. The Reds wanted to convert him into a catcher. Christmas never caught before, and the Reds still had the greatest catcher of all time, Johnny Bench, as their number one. Now, Tree continued to rake and learn the tools of ignorance quickly. The Tampa Times in July 79 wrote that he became an A-plus student at the catching position in an alarmingly short period of time. Christmas led the Florida State League in hitting for most of the 79 season and was thought to be one of the most popular players on the Tampa Tarpon squad, although he received plenty of heckles, some decent, most awful. A spectator once said "deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la." Others referred to him as Steve Thanksgiving, Steve Halloween, and on one March 17 game, Steve St. Patrick's Day. Once he stepped out of the box and a fan yelled, "We're going to wait until Christmas." He finally found his way to Double-A Waterbury, Connecticut Reds for a full season in 81. His manager said he loved him. He reached Triple-A in 82, smacking 2 game-winning home runs in 4 days for Indy. When Christmas homered off Dave Schuller's 12th inning offering of the at-bat, he pointed at his mother Shirley and stepfather Leon Midget in the stands and threw his arms up in the air. Shirley and Leon had not seen Steve play in over 2 years. Christmas was acting with childish glee while seemingly feeling like time was running out, both for his team's playoff chances and for making the big leads. "We got to drive now," the then 24-year-old said. "Time is running out. We can't wait until tomorrow." The 83 season, his first in the major leagues, ironically got off to a bad start. He hit 400 during spring training, but was assigned to AAA again. According to Christmas, usually mellow guy sort of went crazy and yelled at manager Russ Nixon and GM Dick Wagner. They punished him by loaning him to the Astros AAA affiliate in Tucson. So things didn't get any better in Tucson, actually, for him. They got a little bit worse. He thought about quitting. You keep thinking, why me or why not me? And you think about putting a wife and a daughter through the life of a gypsy. But Steve hung in there and was returned to Reds minor league chain, but returned as a backup catcher in Indy. Christmas receiving so little playing time, he asked in late June to be demoted back down to Double-A Waterbury. And now there, in his first start back in Connecticut, he broke his thumb off a foul ball and missed a month. His August must have been impressive, and some higher-ups figured he had learned some lessons, because on September 1st he became a Cincinnati Red during the fall call-ups. Christmas made his major league debut as a pinch hitter, facing Cubs closer Lee Smith. He struck out. Steve didn't pretend to act like he wasn't impressed and probably overwhelmed. Hard? Yeah, those pitches were real hard. He blew the ball by me, and I ain't never seen anything like him. Regarding Smith, Christmas said he looked extra real big. Christmas got his first major league start 3 days later, and his first major league hit, a single off the Cardinals' talented hurler Jeff Lottie. Most newspapers published a picture of Lonnie Smith sliding safely under Christmas. He ended up going 1 for 17 on the year. On November 22nd, Christmas was traded to the White Sox. The Rock Island Argus in Illinois went with this headline, Sox get Christmas before Thanksgiving. After 3 pinch hitting appearances in June '84, Christmas latched on to the White Sox as part of the expanded roster in September of that year. On September 19th, with 2 outs in the top of the 7th, Christmas pinch hit for starting catcher Mark Hill. It was his 25th career plate appearance in the bigs. Greg Walker was on second, Roy Smalley was on first, after he was intentionally walked. The lack of respect for the rookie, incredible. He worked the count full. Mike Smithson threw a slider high and inside, and Mike should have not have thrown a slider high and inside. Steve Christmas went yard, hit his first, and has turned out only big league home run. My Christmas wish this year was to get to tell you hit the dinger against the Twins without lying. My Christmas wish came true. We figured the guy got there on fastballs. Twins catcher Tim Laudner told the Star Tribune, so he tried to stay away from anything he could get the head on his bat on, but that was the ball game. Christmas's manager, a guy would not say is associated with loving to see passion on a field, like what he saw. There are days you work at this game and there are days that you play it, Tony La Russa said. In Tree's mind, he was playing today. Did you see how happy he was? A guy gets his first major league home run, it's the game winner. I've never seen a guy as happy as that. It shows you how much this fun baseball can be. Now, Twins manager Billy Gardner continued Minnesota's war on Christmas. We gave Christmas a gift, didn't we? His first major league home run. When he saw that ball go up, I thought it was a pop fly. Now, the following January, Steve Christmas had a mustache to show that time had passed and more to say about the home run against a team he grew up idolizing. It felt pretty good. It seemed at that moment all the hard work was worth it, all the time in the minor leagues. Now, the White Sox kept him in AAA for all of '85, so Christmas declined or offered to re-sign him. The other Chicago Cub picked him up for '86. He replaced the injured Jody Davis behind the dish on April 26. In a 4-2 loss, Christmas dropped the throw for the outfield, allowing Timmy Raines to score. The Wrigley Field faithful jeered him. The next day, he faced a pinch hit. He laced a pinch hit, game-winning 2-run double off of Jeffrey in the Expos to win to back the Cubs fans. Harry Carey interviewed him after the game. He won himself a 4-inch TV. Christmas got to start at first base the day after that in San Diego. Then in LA, unfortunately, heard the pop noise from his arm, an athlete never wants to hear, making a throw to second during infield practice. Then he met Dr. Frank Joby. Christmas would never play a major league game again. He lost out a potential roster spot with 87 Cubs to rookie Damon Berryhill and was designated for assignment. By Christmas of that year, he was referred to in the past tense in a Christmas-themed quiz, like he had retired a long time ago. And it went like this. Earlier in the 1980s, there was a pro athlete named Steve Christmas. Name his sport, team, and position. Quiz answer, Steve Christmas was a baseball catcher who made it to the major leagues in '83 with the Reds. And that is the true story of Steve Christmas. I have no idea what happened to him after March 28, '87. I kind of like it that way, according to the website. I could decide to give him a happy ending. I could decide after 11 seasons of pro ball he walked away to spend more time with his wife and their daughter. But when she turned 11, her father was still a part of her life, and she was happy about it, even though he asked at least twice a week. Did I ever tell you at the time? I really stuck it to the twins. Now, there should be a 30 for 30 or movie about this in some shape or form, because if a young person like myself sees someone with Christmas on the back of their jersey, the amount of promotion you could do like crazy, like a Reds promotion. You know, hi, I'm Steve Christmas, Cincinnati Reds. You ever think of getting a Christmas gift for the Reds fan in your family? Like it was lost opportunities. Because do you know of any other athlete, pro athlete, that his last name is Christmas? If you do, let me know. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's a true story. Ho, 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 Steve Christmas. If you like what you're doing here, give us a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And don't forget, truth is stranger than fiction.